Yo, welcome to an episode of Superkick Podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Just checked out Monday Night Raw. Was able to avoid as many spoilers as possible over this past week because it was taped. Hope you guys were able to avoid them too. If you guys wanted to avoid them, you guys know how I feel about spoilers, especially about wrestling, man. Let us just watch it, man. Y'all need to be spoiling it just for likes and clicks, man. Get off that, yo. Before we get started into the show, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, give me feedback. Check out the reel, check out the short. TikTok, check out the Superkick store. Check me out on Tabilizers and Bumps. We're gonna get some stuff that stood out, some super kicks. We're gonna get into how would you book that. We're gonna talk about the women's war game match. We're gonna get into the Seth Rollins, the Sheamus versus Braun Breaker. Some other stuff, man. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna keep it quick, but let's get into these super kicks, man. First thing that stood out to me was we had this mixed tag match against American Made. I probably call it Alpha Academy, but American Made versus LWO, Rey Mysterio, Zelina Vega versus Chad Gable and Ivy Now. First off, why wasn't Dragon Lee in the match? It should have been. No hate to Rey Mysterio, he's a legend and all, Hall of Famer, but it should have been Dragon Lee, man. A couple weeks ago, back in Saudi, Dragon Lee, Chad Gable put on a phenomenal match. Y'all should allow them to run that back again. Even though in the match we saw this, I thought it was real cool. This Rey Mysterio kind of teleported Zelina Vega up. She hit a hurricanrana on Chad Gable off the top rope. That was dope. But still, man, I just wish Dragon Lee was in the match. Dragon Lee is phenomenal. Like I say, gotta give him his props, man. He better than Rey Mysterio right now, yo. He better than Rey Mysterio right now. I gotta say it. And they get the win. And now it leaves me another question about American Made. What's the purpose of American Made if they're gonna keep losing? You lost the match. Chad Gable smacked Judas Creed a couple times actually, and I guess it supposed to like fire him up. So maybe we're gonna see a more intense version of American Made. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm disappointed in American Made. I'm disappointed in Chad Gable. Disappointed in them as wrestlers and stuff like that. But just creatively, the direction they decided to go with them. Like, we've wanted Chad Gable to team up with the Creed Brothers for so long, and they finally made it happen. Now they just, I don't know, man, taking L's for some reason. So I don't know, man. Other thing that stood out to me is The Miz and Karrion Kross are awesome. I didn't know I needed those two dudes together, but Karrion Kross already, his promo skills, his vignettes, he's just a interesting dude off the top, right? He has a voice of a villain, no matter what he says. It could just be something like, "Hey man, I got the puppies," but it sounds like menacing, like, "Yo, he got the puppies. We better say these puppies, baby." Like, it's just crazy. The Miz is the Miz. Miz is like by far one of the most underrated people I think in wrestling ever. Like, he does what you need him to do, and he does it exceptionally well, man, when he does it. So I'm looking forward to more interactions with these two, more vignettes. The Miz is starting to seem like he's deranged now. Get into, man, who should play him in the Marine 7. Like, man, they don't care about that movie, baby. But man, is this the new effect of the Y6, right? Well, I remember when The Fiend first came out, he was turning all the faces heels eventually. But haven't seen it happen with American Made, so maybe this isn't the case. But Miz's interaction with the Y6, being captured by the Y6 or whatever, will it make him be more deranged and make him really go into a different heel version of the Miz that maybe we haven't seen before, right? I don't know, man. I'm here for it either way. We get this backstage segment with Gunther, Kaiser. Gunther telling him, "Yo, man, we gotta step it up. You gotta be your own man, you know, and I gotta step it up too." And conveniently, 15 feet away, Damian Priest is over here signing some autographs or whatever he's signing. And I'm just thinking, like, Gunther comes to put a sleep up on him. Damian Priest, you didn't hear Gunther and Kaiser over there? Excuse me, just talking? they was talking in German and all this stuff, and you didn't hear that. You were just so into signing these autographs or whatever that you just missed that and got a sleeper put up on you. But you from the street, so you was ready. You know, even when you're not ready, you ready. And then laid them out though still. So that was cool to see. And I haven't had a problem with Priest's booking. They booked him a little strong, and now even with the strong booking, he's feel like he's just himself, and he's just being himself, and that's cool to see, man. Like, and I don't know the next time they're going to Puerto Rico or whatever, but I like this version of just him. Like, he's just a bad dude from Puerto Rico, or from New York, a Puerto Rican from New York, man, and he just stomp you out, man, if you get in his way. Like, he don't play no games. So I like that version of Damon Priest show. What else? We're still teasing the end of the New Day. I don't want that to happen, but maybe it has to happen for some reason. I don't know what happened to their celebration. It was supposed to happen last week, but everybody kind of just glossed over it like it was nothing, and said, "Oh, their 10-year anniversary isn't for another couple weeks." When is it? Tell us exactly when the date is, so I can prepare my heart and my soul for what I am possibly going to see with the New Day. Let us know, man. Let us know when the official date is. Kofi, Woods, Big E, when is the official 10-year anniversary of the New Day? So we know what WWE wants to try to do with you guys. We need to know, man. We got to prepare ourselves. I don't want to turn on Monday Night Raw and be like, oh, 10-year anniversary of the New Day, backstab. You know, now I'm just heartbroken, man, because we need back unity in the community, baby. We need that, and I can't be having my New Day breakup. But I don't know, we'll see. We had an IC title match, Sheamus versus Braun Breaker. I already knew what you knew already what the type of match was because it's gonna be Sheamus and Braun Breaker, man. They had some interactions beforehand. They even keeps highlighting the match they had on Speed, which I don't know, man. Speed is a whole nother topic, but anyway, knew it was gonna be a banger, and that's what it was. And I'm happy with the ending. I love that there wasn't a clear winner, and that leaves it open, because I didn't want the match to happen so soon, but I'm cool that it happened, and I'm happy that Sheamus didn't lose. Braun Breaker didn't lose, because he can't lose the IC title after just getting it back off of one title defense. So I'm glad that he didn't lose the belt. So hopefully we can get to Royal Rumble, Sheamus versus Braun Breaker, or I'm cool with how the match ended, and this other third participant interjects himself into the title hunt too. Luffy Kaiser comes out. Gunther told him to make a name for himself. He came out, took out Braun Breaker, took out Sheamus, you know, so maybe he's putting himself into the title hunt, and he was able to get a lot of heat on him because he messed up a great match. He messed up a banger of a match by interfering. Fans didn't like that, so that's good for Luffy Kaiser, man. Like, I want to see him do more. I don't want him to see just him be like some dudes like henchmen or anything like that. Like, I want him to be able to go out and just stand on his own. And so maybe we get a triple threat at the Rumble for the IC title, or the first episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. I'm cool with that. What do you guys think about that? Did you guys like that match? You guys like the outcome of that match? Let me know, yo. Let me know. Moving out around, we gonna get into the women's War Games match. We know the 5 for team. I don't know if it's Team Liv, Team Nia, or whatever, but for that team. And we knew we have 4 for the other team with Jade and Bianca, Naomi, the big 3, and then we randomly throw in Io Sky. But we know what her purpose is. She's gonna do crazy stuff because that's Io Sky, and she does crazy stuff in War Games. That's what she's needed for. But even though is this random to have her out there, because it seems like she doesn't fit, but we know she's gonna put in the work out there. Come out there, and we get our 5th member for that team is Rhea Ripley. She's back with the mask on, looking like Rip Hamilton out there. Mass Mami is out here to do work. She says war games and it goes to war out there, and that's the 5-on-5. So I'm cool with that. Honestly, I'm cool with that. Or I even would have been okay with Bayley being the 5th member, because if the underlying storyline for most of these teams with both sets of the women's team and then the OG bloodline is this turmoil and things kind of unfinished business between all the members, right? What better way to also show that, and it's going back to like previous storylines, is you got Bianca, who doesn't like Bayley. You got Bayley also teaming up with Io Sky. Io Sky has already been going back and forth with Jade and Bianca for the tag team championships. Like, you got that dynamic in itself, you know. And then you've been having these little friendly matches between Naomi and Bayley too as well. So I mean, it was a lot right there, and I think that's a good to really build upon, you know. Which also leads me into, how would you book it? How would you book the women's War Game match? It doesn't have the great storyline back into it like the Bloodline storyline does, the War Games match, you know, because they haven't had 4 years of storyline to really pull from that. And so it does feel kind of rushed. It feels like, oh man, we need a women's War Games match. What to do? Just, hey, you busy? You free? Get over here, you know. And that's what it kind of feels like, putting this together. But I wish we can. I mean, we don't have much time to really add more storyline to it, and we know we got the dynamic between Nia and Tiffany Stratton, who's Miss Money in the Bank, and Nia's a champion, and it's kind of been like, if she's going to cash in on Nia, she's not going to cash in on Nia. What if she cashes in at War Games? Team Nia Liv, they lose. Tiffany Stratton still cashes in at War Games. That would be crazy. But you got that interaction. You got Nia, who cheated out of the Crown Jewel Championship by Liv and Raquel Rodriguez. So you got that. You got Candice LeRae and Tiffany Stratton, you know, back and forth. That kind of see who's going to be on the right side of the Queen Nia, you know, champion Nia. That as well. So I wish we could get more into it. It's there, and like I said, we haven't had 3 or 4 years to really build into it like we have with the Bloodline storyline. But I don't know. I just always feel like the women get the garbage time on TV, and I don't know, man. It just sucks because they got so much talent. And so maybe when Raw and Smackdown goes back to 3 hours, we can get better storylines for the women. And I don't know, man. We'll see going forward. But I don't know. How would you book this? You know, are you enjoying the setup to the Women's War Games match? And if so, why? And if not, how would you improve that? Let me know, man. Comment below about it. Moving on along. We go number 4. And still talking about groups. We got Judgment Day. More stuff going on, man. It's Rocky Waters over there in Judgment Day land. Looks like we want to see that split between Finn might be going his own way, separate way. And I'm wondering what's that going to mean for Finn, you know, and what group would that be like that way? Could you see Dominic Mysterio kind of becoming his own, like, man, you know, he's not like the Weasel, so much of the Weasel, you know, and scared and cowardly like heel. He still does it a little bit, but he's growing a set, and he seems like he's stepping up, stand up to Finn, you know, so that's cool to see. And as I'm watching, I'm like, man, like, my biggest problem with the World Heavyweight title, or currently with both titles, is they feel like they don't really mean anything right now. So much emphasis has been put on Udafala, stuff with CM Punk, and just feuds in general, that the titles don't really hold the same weight to me as they once did. And if we kind of in that mode where the titles don't really hold significance, and it's just kind of a prop or whatever, man, put that mug on Dominic Mysterio, man. Excuse me. I think Dominic has done enough, and to build his character as one of the most hated characters in professional wrestling, even without the promo skills. Yeah, he lacks the promo skills, but just the heat alone of him somehow winning the World Heavyweight Championship, being the champion, doing the same stuff he's been doing, cheating, whatever the case may be, and him being champion is going to bring so much heat, so much hate to him, like just a next level of hate. And if you thought that hatred was crazy with him betraying Rhea Ripley, wait till he become World Heavyweight Champion. Like, I think to fully like capitalize on his just heat, put the belt on him, man. Just put the belt on him for a little bit. It can just be a couple months. Maybe when this whole Judgment thing settles or whatever, or 2025, Dominic Mysterio wins Money in the Bank and somehow cashes in and become World Heavyweight Champion. If that dude beat John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, WrestleMania, or what some matches happen. But after that, Dominic Mysterio cashes in and beats John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship. WrestleMania. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. It's a 10-4-3. It might not happen. You're going to hear about it again later on. But, man, that would be crazy to me. They had a decent match against the World Raiders. I just went on a tangent. But decent match against the World Raiders, whatever, you know. Knew they was going to lose. Finn and JD come out, interfere. Well, not interfere, but stomp out the World Raiders. I don't know why it has taken them so long for them to get their tag team championship match. Motor City Machine Guns took them 3 weeks to get their match, and then they became tag team champions. I don't know, man. It's just dragging on for some reason. We get into last thing on the show, man. Bloodline Business continuation from Friday Night Smackdown. We got Sammy, Jimmy, Jay trying to talk to Seth Rollins and convince him to join the team. And Seth is like, no, man, I'm not being part of none of that. I don't want to help Roman get back into power. And, yo, he's a terrible dude. He's a tyrant and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, like, why do you hate Roman Reigns so much? You betrayed the Shield. It was you. You did that. And now you hate Roman Reigns so much. You did all these things to Roman. You betrayed them. And for some reason, you just hate Roman Reigns. And I don't get it. I don't get the level of hatred towards Roman Reigns for some reason when you were the one that betrayed the Shield. To join the Authority to become champion, to get the brass ring. And I don't know. I don't get that so much, you know. It really should be the other way around. And because we saw that at WrestleMania when Roman had the opportunity to beat Cody Rhodes, but he chose to take out all his hatred to Seth Rollins. There's still unfinished business there. We got to get to that at some point, right? So match going on between Bronson Reed. Well, about to start between Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins. 2.0 Bloodline comes out. OG Bloodline comes out. They squabble. They all disperse or whatever, you know. And then we have another great match between Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins. Another PLE caliber type of match that we was able to watch on Monday Night Raw. Looks like Seth Rollins is going to get the victory. So Sokoa comes out, distracted Seth Rollins. Definitely drive 2 sentons. Then Tsunami. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Your winner, Bronson Reed. Stands tall. Next to Solo. So peers down, looks down at Seth Rollins, puts up the 1. So guess it's safe to assume that Seth Rollins will be joining the OG Bloodline at War Games to take out Bloodline 2.0. I see it something like this going where we got this Friday another face off between OG Bloodline, Bloodline 2.0, OG Bloodline kind of losing a little bit, a little down and out. Seth Rollins music hits, burn it down. Seth Rollins comes out, and then we get the 5-on-5 face off or just chaos on SmackDown. So that's what I got. So I don't know, man. How you guys liking how it looks like the man's War Game match is gonna shape up and pan out? Are you happy with the additions of Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins? Should it still just have been Bloodline 4-on-4? Did the 5th member need to be added? You guys let me know, man. Comment below. Till next time, man. Tsunami on that subscribe button. Make sure you like, comment, share, give me feedback. Check out the real shorts, all that good stuff. Check me out. Table Lights on Bumps, baby. Until next time. Adios. Peace.